where would you rate yourself at musically?
Honestly, I feel like I'm more of an underdog.
Yeah.
But if I want to say that, like, if I feel like I'm better than somebody, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, I honestly can do better or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think it should be do you think it should be more competitive in music?
Nah, not really. Because competitive, that just starts drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, many people would say like that's like in the essence of like hip hop. I don't know if you consider yourself like a hip hop artist.
I mean, yeah, I consider myself
An
just
artist. Yeah,
in
right.
general. But like there's people, I have situations with. So it's like at first my homeboy Andrew, he was like, "You gotta chill out. Don't start beefing with people."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good friend because I think the music now and conflict go hand in hand to sell records.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people take that and they run with it, and just for the sole purpose of just like a UFC fight or something, just to promote what they got going on to remain relevant. But you're choosing to go the other way on that, right? Does that make things a little more difficult, or would you say there is an opportunity where you would resolve to conflict in your music?
I've had a little bit of conflict, but I kind of like stepped away from it because I don't see the purpose in doing it.
Yeah.
But it is a lot harder because, more people from whoever I have beef with or whatever will be paying attention to me as well. And the same is vice versa.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's also a popularity contest a little bit. So how do you intend to stay or to become relevant or more relevant in the music thing, or is that something that you're not even focused on?
Honestly, I just gotta promote myself better.
Yeah.
I don't really want to pay attention too much to other people because staying to myself is better for me.
Right.
And like my mental state or whatever. I don't have to be crazy or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm straight. So pretty much I just need to promote myself better.
Yeah.
I have this group of people all promoting, and if we gotta buy promotions, that's fine.
Yeah. Is being in a group, does it take away from your individual efforts at all?
No, not at all. 'Cause we all have our own thing we do. We just put it, put everything to the table.
Right.
Pretty much.
All right. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, with the relevancy thing, I would say too that social media is is a big part of it. Are you utilizing that platform or your platform to the fullest, or like what are areas that you think like social media wise that you don't pay attention to?
Before I started really, really, really taking it seriously, I wasn't really on social media at all.
Yeah.
I just had it to look through, scroll through Instagram. Then, I started changing my image a little bit. Pretty much, like, I've been using it a lot more. Buying promotions or, to get here.
Yeah, I mean, it's marketing across the board.
Yeah, it's a lot of marketing.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you have to do. Though, I think every artist, even artists on a large scale, do it. You see certain artists before they drop a project, they they get on Hot 97 or they get on these different platforms. They may drop a freestyle, let that go viral before they streamline their project. So I mean, it's just business, and I think I think you're doing it the right way. So when it comes to PR, is that a new introduction for you, or have you been doing like press releases and
Nah, it's like my first time doing this pretty much.
yeah.
I just started doing all of this really,
Yeah.
like actually putting myself out there.
Yeah. You know, it varies from artist to artist. Certain artists would just spam one platform or do things differently, like NBA YoungBoy, like how he just took advantage of the whole YouTube thing. And certain artists will have one or two singles and they'll do press releases on those two singles and do a lot of shows and just have articles written about them and they'll get noticed like that, you know. Yeah. So it's always more than one way to take advantage. The name Rickodukilla, how'd you get your name?
Like elementary around that time, people like I used to joke around a lot. I do this little voice where I sound like little Chico or whatever. And they used to call me Rico, so I just stuck with it. The Killer got that from like just a YouTuber, just put it together, and I've been using it ever since. So
why is it Duke Killer and not the Killer?
Well, I pronounce it the Killer.
Yeah,
I just like how it looks. So
so proper pronunciation is the Killer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Rickodukilla, man. I was thinking maybe that was like your gamer tag.
Kind of is.
Freaking.
I'll be honest.
Yeah. Nah, it's hard. It's hard, man. So Rico, everybody calls you Rico. Like even on people who don't know you're an artist, they
people call me Rico.
That's your nickname for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What's the thing that people the biggest misconception about you?
What you mean by that?
Like your fans or your family or whoever, like what's like the one thing that people think about you that's not really true? Like people just have this perspective about you.
Well, people don't really think of me any other way. You know, they think I'm just quiet pretty much.
Yeah.
I guess that's, a reason, I guess, because I'm quiet, but I'm not really. Because they didn't even, my family did not make music.
You said they don't know.
Well, they
didn't
know. They know now.
Yeah. How'd they find out?
This guy I know, he's like a producer, stuff like that. He lives by my grandma, so, I go over there. He helps me out with engineering and stuff like that. So he went over to my grandma's house. He's like, oh, your grandson dropped the album. I'm like,
that boy snitched on you.
He pretty much did. So I was like, it's whatever.
So if you didn't tell them, you didn't intend to tell them?
They would have found out eventually.
Yeah, of course.
My mom, like, she's gonna know because that's where my studio is. It's at the house. Yeah. So I'm just constantly just yelling and stuff like that. So she didn't really know that I had a video out or I, been dropping music. But she knows that I have, all the equipment and I'm rapping and stuff. Now I have like people come over and, I'll engineer them.
Yeah. So she see different artists, like she see different people come to the house all the time. Okay. All right. Did you get into the engineering game as well, or?
Yeah, I kind of just started a little bit.
What you think about that? Like, do you think you enjoy that, or are you gonna enjoy that more than?
I kind of do a little bit, and then at the same time I don't. I do because of the money, and like I do want to hear other artists, see if I probably collab with other artists or whatever, stuff like that. And then I don't because some people come late, and I'm up all night, and it's like I'm gonna start charging more.
Yeah, that's what I realized too about artists and like producers and like the producer game. Like you get more of instant gratification in it. For a lot of them, it's not nothing crazy because they still have to grind a lot. There's not a lot of money being made, but you make more money than an artist just starting out because you don't provide a service at all as a rapper.
Yeah.
Or at least not monetarily. Is there you think there's a way for artists like up and coming artists to make money like while not being that known? What's the best way to go about doing that?
If you're an artist and kind of wanna, it's money either way. And you're gonna have to spend. So get your own studio, invest in it, and engineer or produce. Because if you produce, producers make more money. They sell their beats online. Hit up other artists through email and send beats.
Yeah. I would say that merchandising, like with merch, as artists, like
I was gonna start that, but I haven't really figured it out too much yet.
Yeah, because some like I noticed like just having discussions with different artists and working with artists over the years. Some artists have a lot of one thing and missing that one or two particular things.
Yeah.
To tie it all together, like it's crazy. Like because as an artist, you could have 10 out of the 11 things you need to be at the next level, and just missing that one thing could be holding you back a lot. Like you need like to be almost a complete package sometimes, and a lot of artists do it by mistake. It's not really something you think about. But for example, I'll notice certain artists have the sound, they have they're great with the music, but they're not very impressionable when it comes to making connections and being appealing to your fan base, like selling that image. Because you could, the music is cool, but people have to see you in a certain light where they're like Lil Uzi, like his fans see him like Uzi Vert, like they have this image about him. So you have to sell an image. When you have that image, that's what you actually sell as an artist. That's kind of like your merch. So that's just what I realized working with artists. And certain artists would have that image and they would do great with that, have a loyal fan base on social media, but the music is not that good. So, for you, where do you think you lean more? Like, how would you say, your image is as an artist? Because I know the music is already like great.
Yeah, I feel like I am missing a few things. I feel like, because I really want to do everything.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, I'm not trying to kill myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta process everything. If I want to do merch, I gotta, have certain people to help me out with that. Because then I got, engineering, and then I got my music.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like, if I do want to do more things, I have to, like, make time for everything.
Yeah.
Have it on a certain day, specific, times or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you good because you have like you kind of just starting out.
Yeah.
And certain it's like it's a learning experience all the way. Certain artists been doing it 10 years the wrong way. You could be doing this a long time and not figure it out. But you've been doing it for under a year, and your music is already like, it's already I feel like you have an industry sound already. And everything else is just trial and error, right? Just doing it the best you can and then learning from it and adjusting. So you were ahead of the curve. Do you have like in your mind, do you see yourself, do you have like certain goals? Are you like goal oriented as far as when you want to be successful at certain things?
Yeah. I really want to, like, I want to have awards. I want to be known. I want to, be able to, people to know me if I walk out.
Yeah.
pretty much. Like,
So that's like the fame aspect. Like you actually
like, as in people here, because people here like they're not
like people in your hometown.
Yeah,
You want them to be able to know who you are.
yeah, because a lot of people like
Yeah.
a lot of people here, they're like, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're
They don't really show too much love out here.
yeah.
So like I just want to be like somebody from my hometown that people will be like, oh shit, I know him.
Yeah.
You know. But I want to give back mainly, pretty much.
That's big. That's big. In what way?
Like the homeless or people, you know, in need or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I want to pretty much whatever it really takes. Honestly.
Yeah. Do you think it makes a difference when people do stuff like that, like for the homeless? And
that's how people end up on pages and stuff. But
what do you mean by that? Like that's how people end up on pages. You said?
Yeah, like this rapper.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Well, people get like personal recognition for it sometimes if they videotape it, like if they record it.
Well, I mean, I don't care if I like go to the mall and, you know, a fan comes up or something. I get him a pair of shoes or 3 or whatever. They're like, oh, yada yada did this, did that. That's more people. People, you know, would like me for me, not necessarily my music.
Right.
So, like in that way, kind of too.
Yeah, because so is it more important to you to impact individuals or to impact entire systems of, like, what I mean by that is if you give a fan a pair of shoes, like would you rather give a fan a pair of shoes, a signed sneaker, and you impact that individual's life, which you could do both, but which one stands out to you, doing that or building a freaking hospital or building
all of it,
homeless shelter?
All of it.
Yeah. Cause I see the whole thing with, I always think when people give to the homeless, especially like when you're giving actual money, actual cash, like I don't know if that does more good,
honestly,
than
like
bad.
Not even that, just like shelter, whatever I can do. Cause if I just give somebody money, you don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Right.
But say if there's a group of people, homeless people there, I can, get them all up, shelter them, feed them, whatever.
Yeah.
Get their life together, pretty much, if they still can.
Yeah. So are you money over fame or fame first?
Over fame.
Money first, for sure. Okay. All right. What do you see yourself doing, like, after, all the accolades and all the success with the music? Like, what direction do you see yourself going career-wise?
I just want to be like one of the artists who pretty much is known for doing good or whatever. Like later on, I want to see myself just retiring probably and doing whatever I can to help out my family, other people's families that I know, or such and such, pretty much.
There's a little bit of a dynamic between being the artist, Rickodukilla, and just Rico, as people know you. So I mean, I know artists when they get to a certain height, they struggle with that, with people like knowing them and loving them for themselves, because at a certain point it's just gonna be people just gonna be Rickodukilla, you know what I'm saying? So they're not really gonna be about you, Rico, Is that something that probably worries you, or are you okay with people just knowing you by just the artist that you are?
Like I said, I'm chill back, so whatever people say doesn't really faze me too much. So if people,
What about when it comes to family? Like, what if your family is more into your artist life than, your essence?
I mean, that's fine by me. Just don't use me pretty much.
Yeah.
They use me, I'm gonna have to chill out on providing for them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they gotta do their part.
All right. Your new project. Let's go. First of all, do you have something on standby right now? Because I know you have the music video, but is the new project priority for you right now, or is you got something else?
Yeah, the new third EP I have coming out. That's my main part. It's done. I just gotta pretty much prepare it. Cover art's already done. All that's done. I just gotta lyrics and certain things like that.
What's the name of the project?
Unpopular Loner.
Popular Loner. Okay. And that's we're looking at what, 2022? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about that before we move on. Popular Loner, like what's
Unpopular Loner?
Unpopular Loner. Yeah. Okay. All right. Unique. What's that on?
Pretty much I feel as if, I'm like I said, I'm an underdog, so I'm unpopping to a lot of people, even the people that I used to work with. They probably see me as a nobody or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm always to myself. I have my group of people, but mainly when it comes to being the artist, rapper, I'm just to myself. So there's nobody on the, no features. So
yeah, on this upcoming project.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty much just explaining how I am and who I am.
Yeah. You get a little more personal on there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think. Do you think that's important? Like that you.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes people love the Juice WRLD and the XXXTentacions.
Yeah, because the first EP, it was it's called I Feel, and it was just kind of, it wasn't personal. It was just, music you can vibe to. Yeah. Just something you can, pretty much, it's my type of music, honestly. Yeah. Versatile, that's for people who don't like that type of music. I have something else for you, if you. And then the third one is more mellow. You can get high if you want. Yeah. And pretty much it's more melody.
Yeah. That's Unpopular Loner.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How many songs on there?
9.
9 songs. And you consider this one an album? What sort of
honestly, they're all EPs to me. Yeah. I don't want to make a album with 20 songs until I'm more successful.
Are you more of a quality over quantity kind of person, or are you more of a Lil Wayne, Currency, where you just put out a lot of music?
Well, before I kind of didn't want to put out too much music, but some people told me, oh, you need to drop more EPs. You need to drop more singles. Yeah. Do that. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. But, I still want to drop what I want to drop. There's certain songs that people tell me, oh, you need to drop. I'll think otherwise, it's all right.
Yeah. So I hear that too, though. Just because, it makes sense, but it depends what kind of artist you are. Some artists enjoy... Some artists enjoy the actual process, the whole album project making process, and to them that's what they love to do. They love the turnaround on a project. And you know, other artists say that by putting out singles, you get to, because you might put out a project and people listen to the first two,
Yeah.
and they don't even listen to it all. So it's kind of just, I don't know, like depending how you looking at it, it could be a waste of music.
Yeah, because my idea was I wanted to just drop 2 EPs, and then from there just promote, and music video here, promote.
Yeah,
But then like with this third one, I was like, I don't like all the songs solo. They all sound good together.
yeah,
I was like, let me just drop this last one.
that makes sense.
Drop a music video. And they'll have, something to look forward. They'll have a whole set of music,
Yeah,
2 videos to look forward to. Some people can go back to it if, they never finish or whatever. Because I'm out, once this third EP, this video drops, I'm going to take my time and, pretty much plan everything out from there.
What did you learn from your last couple projects? How did they pan out analytically?
Certain sounds, like files I use were like, like I'm supposed to use a certain file here, and I ended up using, this other file for the first EP.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much everything that I've learned throughout all of that. That's pretty much it, because, my sound was a little, wonky with me. Now it's sounding a little better, but I feel like, there's a lot of things I can still do, like mastering.
Yeah.
Half of the first EP was not mastered at all.
Mm-hmm.
Even somewhat of the second one. The third one, not either, because a lot of the songs from the third EP are like old.
Got you. Yeah.
They're a little old. Some of the songs I had for a minute, probably since the first EP.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, like, if I start making more music, I know a lot more now.
Yeah.
So,
but you have it in the back of your head, like what you could do, even though you may not necessarily implement it.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons. I don't know if it's more like you guys have have that in house as well, like the mastering part, the mixing and mastering part.
The mastering, I kind of have somebody that I can have do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be teaching me as well.
I got you, yeah.
I go to him pretty much every time I need help with something.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy that, snitched on me pretty much.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, he's indebted. He definitely owes you that. Okay, man. Is he sort of like a mentor for you, or like?
I feel like he
in a way.
Mentor, yeah.
Sorry. All right. Okay, man. You have any? What else you got going on that we may not necessarily know? But you got any shows? Have you been doing shows?
I'm trying to get into shows, honestly. Okay. I haven't really been. I've done one show. And I don't know really too much of where to. I was supposed to be in the show October 31st. I guess it got canceled or whatever.
Yeah. So, like what was like the hardest thing in doing all this and getting to this point?
The hardest thing really was just getting over like the past situations and pretty much just looking forward to building myself. Yeah. Because if you worry about other people, it's going to like slow you down pretty much. When I kind of distance myself, I just started noticing that I kind of like got better. Yeah. Like I went from okay to like I have some type of potential and people are noticing. Yeah. I like to, as we close out, I always like to give the artists kind of just my view of what they got going on. Because I've had artists come through here in the same boat as you, like under a year in. I always like to use Jay Wall as an example. And, 5-6 months after our conversation, he's starting to, pick up a lot of steam in the city and stuff. Yeah. And, the potential I see in you is that I would say to, like, you're the best
you better than everybody else. You know, now, that's what I'm telling you. You should think of yourself, like as you're doing music, especially like at least in the city, like you're the best. There's nobody else like better than you. Your only competition should be yourself, because you especially have like like fundamentally you know how to make music already. So everything else is just everything else is things you have to just fail at along the way. Like you said, you already do that, like staying in your bag and not worrying about everybody else. So many artists in Palm Beach, if you worrying about everybody else or in the world, like you're gonna remain stagnant. So yeah, man, I definitely enjoy your music. I'll just say to keep going and keep making those connections. It's really just about who you know. Yeah. So in closing, Rickodukilla, appreciate you, brother, being on here. I don't know if you have any last words to your fans or to anybody watching this, any shout outs.
Yeah, appreciate y'all for having me. Shout out in good way. That's pretty much it.
Good way. What's good way?
The group of people I told you about.
Oh, okay. I thought it was abstract for a minute.
No.
That's abstract is.
That's my homeboy's brand.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, good ways. The collective.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, shout out to you guys, man, and everything y'all got going on. Shout out to Abstract. Shout out your whole team involved with the project. Can't wait to hear the next one. What's the estimated date for the next project, or you don't know yet?
30 EP is dropping January 1st.
Okay.
12 a.m.
January 1st.
Video. Haven't really done too much on that yet.
Okay.
Other than that, that's about it.
All right, man. Changing the Youth, the hottest podcast. Appreciate you, Rickodukilla.
Appreciate you, baby.
On behalf of myself, Palm Beach Connects, Deluxe Vlog, I Work Magic Daily, and Frankadelic. You're out.
We strive to motivate, inspire young minds so they don't go to waste. We call ourselves CiiiTY, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.